Fat Don, what it is, Jack?
What's happening?
Keep your pimp hand strong. I know you've been putting it down.
Real talk.
And I know you're a real macaroni, Jack. Straight out the cheese box, you hear me? From the chairman of the board,
Kentucky, what up?
Don Magic Wall.
I'm a smooth operator, pass your bitch hot potato. I've been picking out my flavors for a weekend in Vegas. I've been giving out my pages in the evening on stages. I keep punching till I make it, I ain't going through phases. She call me Candy Man, she want me now and later. It's the aura and the essence, it ain't about no paper.
And we're live back at the Big and Fat Show, where I'm Big Cozy, and I got my main man, Fat Don, here, the long shot monster, ready to get us all settled in at Belmont Park, getting ready for the Belmont Stakes taking place next week. I think this week our plan of action is going to be to play a couple races, kind of get our feet wet at the track, then make our picks sometime early in the week to give you guys more time to see what we're going to be placing. And then we might do an addendum show later in the week in case there's a scratch or something we need to bring up later. But we're going to get right into it, folks. We're not going to waste your time today. I got Fat Don. He's got limited time. The man is a man of many traits and apparently many glasses. I'm going to go ahead and get that right off the bat. What are we wearing today? What are we wearing today, son?
This is another pair of Dolce & Gabbanas, you know.
Yeah.
Oh,
There you go.
like there's like gold lettering, and it says Dolce & Gabbana all through the lenses. They're dope.
I want to say one thing real quick. No one got at you last week from the gauntlet that you laid down that your eyewear game is better than anybody's in the business. So the challenge is still thrown down. If somebody thinks they got better game, I'd like to see it. I don't believe it exists. Now on to the races, sir. This is your show. Hit me up and let's go.
All right, so this Saturday, which is June the 4th at Belmont Park, I'm playing the 5th and the 7th race. The 5th is 7 furlongs on the turf, maiden special weight for $75,000. My top selection is the 10. I'll go all in at 15-1. And just shortening up, second off the layoff, pretty simple. My second selection is the 1 Shinful. Irad Ortiz aboard. You don't get any better than that. It's 6-1. Second career start. Good first start. Speed and fade. Stretch her out from 6 furlongs to 7 furlongs on the Belmont turf. Should improve. My third selection is, I don't even know how you say this, but I'm going to say Voluse. It's probably Voluse or something like that. At 7-2.
Ballouz.
Yeah. Christopher Clemente trained Joel Rosario. Don't get a lot better than that. 7-2. Ran a decent third in her debut. 6 furlongs on the turf at Aqueduct. Off slow. Inside turn 3 wide. So, it sounds like bad break. Was inside, then made a 3 wide move to run third. Not a bad race. Maiden special weight 70,000, and you put those connections together, and you don't get much better. My fourth selection is the number 5 Lisa's Vision. Also ran in that same race as the 7 and beat her. And that's her only career start. She started 4th by 2, actually took the lead by half and ended up running second by 3/4. And it says forced out break, 2-path turn. So, 2-path is, I don't really consider that wide, but forced out break means the horse inside of her came out and pushed her out. So, there's room for improvement. It's only the horses.
Right.
This is going to be the horse's second lifetime start, so they should be improving leaps and bounds.
So to recap, in the 5th race, we're going to do the 10. I'll go all in, which is 15 to 1. We're going to do the 1 horse as our second choice is Shinful at 6 to 1. Our third pick is the 7 horse Valoisa at 7 to 2. And our final pick for our Fat Don Fecta is the 5 horse Lisa's Vision at 2 to 1. Now, remind me again. I know you've told me 37,000 times, but what's one more? How am I betting this again? I know you told me it's like a dot. Go ahead.
Well, here's the thing. I thought about it. I don't think I should put denominations by it because tracks have different bets. Okay, so no matter what your budget is, okay, some tracks have 10-cent superfectas. That's going to cost you $2.40. Maybe you have a low budget.
Well, keeping it simple. Keep it at the dollar. Just keeping it simple.
Whatever denomination you want to play, I box my 4 selections in the trifecta and the superfecta. I play $1. That's not no baller shit. They're both. It's two $24 bets. So it's not like I'm something insane. But they also a lot of times have the 50 cents. So maybe you play it for $12 and you play both of them for 24 total. Or maybe you play for $1 million because you're balling. But that's what Fat Don's doing in the 5th race at Belmont on Saturday.
Now, what's the next race we're doing, son?
The next race is the 7th race. If I remember,
the 7th.
It's also 7 furlongs on the turf. This is allowance 92,000. And my top selection is the 5 Secret Time at 6 to 1.
I'm telling you, when I looked at the race that you sent me to look through, this was the horse that I liked, and I liked it strictly off the name, off the number, and off. You know what I mean? So just the fact that we're linking up is a big thing.
Well, I mean, the horse is, this is second off a layoff, second race since August, going 7.5 in the most recent on the turf. Starts out 5th by 6th, it goes to 5th by 4th to 1st by 1, and then gives it up and runs 5th by 2 3/4. So, so she went from August to February. So a nice little 6-month layoff. Comes out, makes a nice move, shot her wide too early. She needed the race. So now she comes back 3 months later, little more than that, 3 months later, and should improve. Second start off a layoff. A lot of people play that angle. On to my second pick, the 9 Mona Stella. Mona Stella actually just shipped in from Churchill Downs, shortening up from 1 1/8 miles. So that's 2 furlongs shorter. She led in her race at Churchill all the way to 1 mile, and then gives it up extremely bad and runs 9th by 8 1/4. She's 1st by 1, she's 1st by 1, she's 1st by 1, she's 4th by neck, and then the final call, she's 9th by 8 1/4. Now, the other thing is this was a grade 3. Grade 3 at Churchill, and this was on Oaks Day. So, they bring the big guns out because you got so much graded stakes. And the horse came out and ran a good race at almost 28 to 1 and, gives it up late, but they shorten her up. So, at 7 furlongs, she probably wins this race or her last race. So,
Right.
my third selection, which this isn't a normal lane I play, and the reason I say that is this horse hasn't ran since February 27th of 21. So the horse is
Wow.
on a 15-16 month layoff, and it doesn't say anything about any type of an injury, but that's an abnormally long layoff. So you have some questions. Most recently, ran in a grade 3 in February of 21, and led a good portion of the way, ended up falling off 7th by 6.5, and was going 1.16 miles on the turf. So shortening up, but that almost doesn't even come into play when the horse hasn't ran in 15 months.
Right.
She only
Sounds
has
like a
three.
wild card.
Yeah. No, I mean, it's like, she could come out and win, or she could come out and run last, and neither one of them would be that surprising. But it's the combination of Belmont and Jose Lescano that really got me on this horse. And she worked really well at Belmont on May 29th. And it's like, 119 horses worked that morning, and she was the 14th fastest. So, at a price with the connections in this field, which is decent. It's, these horses really aren't that good. They're okay. No
Right.
disrespect to them. Like, this isn't graded stakes company. So just being in a graded race and then dropping down to allowance 92, and you actually had some sort of impact, you could be considerably better than the majority of these horses. Anyways, my fourth selection is the 2 Stony Point, trained by Shug McGahee. He's a Hall of Famer, but the horse has 2 lifetime starts at 2 different tracks. Wins her debut 5 furlongs on the turf at Tampa Bay, ships to Aqueduct, and runs second by 1 3/4, going 6 furlongs on the turf, and that's her only 2 starts lifetime. So there's nothing not to like, because there is an entry in the race, and what that means is there's a 1 and then there's a 1A. All right, so if you bet on the 1, you get both. But
Okay.
with that, I said that because the 2 will actually be in the first post position. It's weird how it's not like 1A, 2, 3. It's like the 2 draws the rail, and the 1 and the 1A kind of get spread out throughout the field. It's pretty fucked up from that perspective. But, this horse is giving you 2
Okay.
races, 2 different tracks, wins 1, in contention in the other, and runs second. 6-1 really is a gift. And then you got Hall of Famer Shug McGahee, um, so to recap, in the 7th,
Looks like you got Bert Kreischer's favorite horse, Secret Time, named after his 2 specials ago.
yeah,
Food for thought.
I missed that.
That's why I like the horse. That's why I like the horse. Secret Time. It's a good name. It's a good name.
I didn't go crazy studying these, but I feel good about my selections. Secret Time, shortening up, second start off the layoff. I mean, those are really good things. And then you
Right.
got Ira. He's aboard. He's probably he's top. He's going to be top 3 for me. But if you said he's top 5, okay. I mean, he's tough. So it's like that. that moves your horse up a step. I mean,
Right.
It's
So we're going to do in the 7th race the number 5 horse Secret Time at 6-1, the number 9 horse Mona Stella at 5-1, the number 8 horse Mail Order at 12-1, and I believe you said that horse is coming off a 15-month layoff.
Yeah.
And the number 2 horse in your final slot, it's called Stony Point at 6-1.
Yep.
So just to, again, we're going to play the trifecta and the superfecta.
Correct.
And we're going to box those. All right.
Right.
Well, guys, if you end up playing these races and doing well with us, check us back out here in the next couple of days. We're going to put our picks up for the Belmont. And we'll do our normal show next week that'll come out, on Friday, right before the Saturday races, because we might play more races. But we'll get the Belmont picks out early this week and give everybody a chance to kind of see what you're doing. And
I got flavors for your blunts like it's BW3s. What you make in a month, I spend that in a week. I go and take what I want, you be asking for cheese. Your game based on front, she be asking for me. Like Fat Dom, where you going at after this? Pouring sham, rolling up, couple blunts I kiss. I might hit the stew, might be bagging up piff. For spending time with you, probably last on my list. Cause money and music is all I know. If I ain't getting to it, I must have a show. If you see me driving fast, then straight to the dough. And if you see me driving slow, might be hauling a load. In this game, I'm a pro, but I'm still in the G League. If I ever hit the road, I'ma win me a 3-peat. And when I make it home, hope you're happy to see me. I'm still working on my goals, I'm just happy to be me. I ain't switched up for $1 or nothing. Been a couple years now, I'm finally buzzing. At first you was laughing, now you calling me cousin. Made it seem like you was around, but you actually wasn't.
First you was laughing, now you calling me cousin. Made it seem like you was around, but you actually wasn't. Made it seem like you was around, but you actually wasn't. What was?